Hey guys, welcome to today's installment of EAP TV. Today, I have a guest with me. Chris McHale from Support.
Hey everybody!
He's going to be breaking down some of the top 5 questions that he gets in support, in his coaching sessions. The guy's very active. We're going to try bringing on more of our support team members onto the actual show because you guys actually see them pretty frequently when you're using the help desk on the back end of your website. So I did really want to give a face to the actual person that you're chatting with.
Here. Looking good.
So let's jump right into it. Alright guys, so let's jump right into this. The first question that we get most often is, where do I start now? It can be a little overwhelming. You just got your new website. There's so many different outlets of information being thrown at you, and it's very intimidating. So I'm gonna link to a couple different resources actually right down below. We've done some videos and created some blog posts that actually address this exact question, and those are definitely gonna help you with this in more detail.
I'm sure I've told you guys this several times, and most of you know me now and can match the voice with the face. I've told every single one of my clients that I have coaching sessions with that content is king. Without it, the site will not perform. The more content you put on your site, the better off you're gonna be in the long term.
So that's the basis of it. We don't really wanna go too in-depth in terms of creating an effective guide for you right now because we've already done that. We've got the blog post, we've got the videos. Just start creating content. That's the gist of it. Effective, unique content that reflects your voice, your local expertise, information that people are searching for.
The second most popular question that I hear when I'm doing coaching sessions with you guys, if I could talk properly and say it right, that'd be great. The second most common question that I hear when I coach you guys is going to be something about pixels. Now, pixels seems to be this kind of whimsical, magical thing that most people really struggle with, so we're gonna talk about that as well.
So basically a pixel is a small snippet of code that you actually get from Facebook or from Google, wherever you're planning on advertising, and this allows you to establish a link between Facebook and your site so you can start building up an audience on Facebook of people who have already specifically been to your website. That may have made no sense to you at all. I said website about 16 times. It's very confusing and convoluted. We've got plenty of guides, that's all I'm gonna say.
It's
magic. So let's take a look at what the pixel section actually looks like. You can see here you've got a couple different boxes that actually say Pinterest, Google, Facebook, and wildcard down below. That might seem a little confusing. Basically, these are the different sections you're gonna wanna add a small snippet of code that allows you to effectively advertise on these different networks. You can see Facebook ads and Facebook retargeting here. Just focus on Facebook retargeting. Facebook used to have 2 separate codes that it wanted for you to actually use retargeting ads, and now it's consolidated that down into one piece of code. So just worry about the Facebook retargeting section. If you're using Google ads, you can see that right above here, right by your Google Analytics section, then you can actually paste a code in there as well. I'm not gonna go and walk you through how to get the actual code for this section. There's a video in the education section of all of your lead sites that actually walks you through that process. Once you've actually done that, you'll now be creating a unique audience on Facebook or Google that is made up just of people who have visited your website. So you can create ads to people who are already familiar with your website and your content.
The third most common question that I hear from everybody during my coaching calls is, what is SEO? How does it work? And why do I have it on my InstaFarm page? What we're gonna show you now and what Kelvin will go through is a step-by-step process and kind of the formula on what you should be doing to get that 100% score on your InstaFarm page.
So now let's actually jump into the InstaFarm app. What you guys can see here in the top right-hand corner of your screen is the SEO score, and there's a lot of confusion on how to actually increase that score, what's determining that score, and actually a lot of times at the very, very bottom of the page, what goes overlooked is the Find Me app down here at the very bottom. You can see here you've got a section to input your keyword. You've got these 3 little sliders that actually take into account the overall amount of text on your page, the keyword you're leveraging, how many times you've used it, the links you've added in the page. Those are all things that you need to worry about when it comes to SEO. SEO is not voodoo. I mentioned this in a video earlier. Tyler has said this a number of times. This Find Me app right here, this section, is taking into account everything you need to worry about. There is literally nothing else to focus on. If you max out these little sections here, you're going to have the most optimized page possible.
Once you've mastered the use of our little formula that we've set up for you guys, Google will take into account all of the keywords or phrases that you're using, the images you've added, your URL, and the content that you've created to make sure that it decides where you're gonna sit on a Google search.
So this SEO score is actually gonna appear on your blog post as well. It's always gonna be in that top right-hand corner for you, and every page where you're writing content at the very bottom will have the Find Me app available to you. The baseline and base premise of SEO is just to help people find the most informative piece of content out there depending on what they're searching for. So just try and write the most effective piece of content you can related to whatever keyword you're trying to get in on. And if you're sitting below 100% on that SEO score, go down to Find Me, actually see what needs to be increased, and that's gonna reflect in the score up above. If you're sitting right around 80, 90%, you're actually in a pretty good spot in terms of SEO. But if you want to increase that even further, increase the overall amount of text, add some more images, up the usage of your keyword, one of those three things is probably what's holding you back from actually reaching the 100% mark.
The fourth question that I always get asked during coaching sessions is, what type of blog content should I write about? This is one of my favorite questions to answer because I actually enjoy writing, and what I like to tell people is, real estate agents and brokers are people too. You guys have hobbies. You guys love sports teams. You love food, all sorts of stuff. Blog about it. If you think it's beneficial information and you enjoy it, chances are the people who are looking for homes in the area or willing to sell their home think that the exact same stuff is just as valuable as you do. Anytime you blog about whatever you want. That's the benefit of it. You can use your creativity. You can talk about a sports team, and then you can show them specific listings near the sports complex. If you love a specific restaurant, talk about it. Backlink to an Instafarm page where the houses are that are close by that individual restaurant that you're talking about. It's a great way to create local and small business partnerships as well. If you talk to a specific small business, blog about it. Get some great pictures of the business, and in turn, you might have a relationship where you can leave your business card out front. Blogging is powerful, and you guys need to make sure that you do it as much as you possibly can. Content is always king.
If you're part of the Beat Zillow group, most of the active agents in there, Dustin, for example, Kyle, they're always posting in there, responding to different posts. Those guys have been very active blogging this past year. Go check out their websites, get some ideas on what you can actually start blogging about.
Now, I understand that an hour-long coaching session may not be enough time for all of the overwhelming amount of content that we give you guys. I talk really, really fast during my sessions, and I get that, but I have a lot of beneficial content to cover during that session. If you still feel overwhelmed with all of the beneficial tools and products that we give you guys, there's something called office hours that you can take advantage of.
Office hours is basically where you get a chance to have an additional coaching session. No, it's not going to be one-on-one. It's basically where we have a group of agents coming in to ask their questions. We screen share very similar to how we would with your one-on-one coaching session, and agents just fire questions away. We answer them. Everyone leaves happy.
And the really best part about office hours is the people that you talk with are these two right here. These beautiful smiling faces with the beard and the beautiful hair. He's looking fly in that shirt. Okay. Isn't mine obnoxious?
It's beautiful. We need to have it. Yeah.
Okay.
We need to have a serious talk.
That might be B-roll footage.
And that's all we got for you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. It was really exciting for me to get another member of the support team actually on the video series here with me to break down the 5 most common questions we see. If you guys have a sec, down below I'm going to be linking up to the Beat Zillow group. Definitely go check that out. We've got a lot of really cool stuff there. It is free to join. We've got a free video course for you guys to take as well. I'm also going to link up to our podcast, which has been reborn, and we are revamping that. We've got a lot of really cool stuff happening there as well. And until next time, guys, just have a happy holidays.
Happy Thanksgiving.
It brings a day.
Happy Turkey Day.
Happy Turkey Day.
That's what you should say. Happy Turkey.
I said have a happy holidays.
You did.
Does that work?
That's way too early, dude.
Yeah.
We're not Walmart.
I know. Could you have a bigger smile on your damn face?
No, I'm super
Shout
excited,
out.
dude.
Okay. You can see this like looming shadow. Like you're about to kill me. You want to just be out of frame and then just like step in? We're gonna have a talk about that shirt.
Why? What's wrong with
I
this
think we
shirt?
need to have a serious talk about that.
You guys like it, right?